Welcome back to another episode of Exploring Whiskies. I'm Eric.
I'm Kevin, and today we're going to be running back over to Scotland and doing the next one from the Classic Malts series. So if you missed the first one, we did Talisker, and all of these malts they're all owned by Diageo. They all are primary whiskeys that get blended into Johnnie Walker. This is the Caol Ila.
12-year.
It's a 12-year, and this is the Islay. So this is probably that, if you like Johnnie Walker, that slightly nice smoky note in the background. If you don't like Johnnie Walker, this is probably that ashy note that you really can't stand in the back of Johnnie Walker. That's probably what this is.
So that's whatever doesn't go in here gets shipped to
All
Johnnie
goes
Walker.
to Johnnie. Yep.
And they use it when they blend.
Yeah.
So, initially this distillery was built in 1846.
Yep. It's been around.
It's been around for a while. And then, what they said, the mid-70s, the demand really picked up for the scotches. So they actually kind of rebuilt and expanded.
Yep. Then they did it again in 2011. They re-upped, expanded more. So between their own bottles, which are almost, they like to define themselves as almost the quintessential Islay. We'll see. We'll see if
flagship.
we'll see if that lives up to that one. And the fact that Johnnie Walker probably has grown in distribution and how many people are drinking that, they've had to re-up again. They run it on an interesting way though. So I found that kind of a cool little detail here. So they run their mash, they only filled up 50%. The idea is they want their whiskey to touch more copper. I like that. It's kind of a cool idea. That's gonna, so if it's only filled up here, you start to cook it and the distillation's coming up. So it's coming up and all that distillate is touching all that copper and adding to the flavor. And it's kind of an interesting idea. See how it...
Again, all these distilleries, the method to the madness, I'd love to sit down and talk to them.
A master
or hear
distiller.
the history of how they figured it out.
Yes.
Because in America, over here, it's where it sits in the warehouse.
Right. It's more about where the barrel is and what type of barrel it is versus the distillation process. I think there's a little bit of climate effect there too. I mean, there's more climate impact in the barreling. And the fact that it's a brand new barrel,
right?
They don't do that. So it's not as much about the barrel. It is way more about the malt in the distillation process. Smoky, because I can kind of like just a little bit of whiskey on my fingers. I was like, ooh, I can smell that.
Yeah, you can tell this is right off the coast. It's that briny.
It's not aggressive though.
It's not aggressive, but you get
it's very much there.
Yeah.
The brine, the peat, the smoke. But below that, there's a little touch of a fruity note, a sweet note, maybe not a fruity note.
Yeah, I'm not getting that. Not at all.
There's something sweet in there.
Maybe I'll get on the taste. You're 0 for 1.
It's just behind it. It's just like the smoke comes through pretty strong. The brine's right behind it. And then just behind that, there's a sweet note there.
I get no sweet notes on the taste. I think the taste is better than the nose. You still pick up that brine note.
Yeah.
That peaty, salty, smoky. You get all that on the taste, but it's not bad on the taste. The finish, the smoky lingers.
It's there. So comparative to other Islas, it is nowhere near as aggressive as the Lefroy.
No.
The Lefroy's smoke and brine notes are so aggressive.
It just punches you all the way through.
Yeah, it's a totally different experience than that. It's much lighter. It does not have the sweet fruity notes that we found behind the smoky notes from the Ardbeg, the original Ardbeg, the 10-year. There is a touch of what I'm going to say is classic Scotch. The malt and the honey, I find that it's there behind a pretty decent smoke. I'm not getting as much. That's funny. I thought there would be so much more brine than I'm getting. I get a lot more of the smoke, and then a little brine, and then this like malty honey note. Still not there, are you?
No,
You're looking at me like
I get the smoke, the brine, the peat all the way through, so I'm 3 for 3 on this one. I don't get any fruit at all.
You don't get. How about a honey?
Nope.
No. You don't get. All right.
To me, me enjoying
too.
Scotch, like again, back to your point, this to me is in my mind traditional Scotch.
Yes, this is what everybody thinks Scotch
Yep.
is.
It's what everyone thinks, and this is what kind of steers people away.
Yeah.
Me, I actually enjoy it, but I don't get anything other than brine,
A little smokiness.
smoke, and peat.
Okay.
But I enjoy that.
That right. If it as long as the Lefroy was a little overly aggressive, I didn't enjoy that as much as I had hoped to. The Ardbeg, I really liked because there was a nice balance of the smoke, the brine, and then the sweeter notes, and even a little fruit came through in the original Ardbeg. But this,
I would be interested to find out which label Johnnie Walker uses.
how much of I'd love to know what
Which
they're not going to
which
share
label?
that.
No, they're
That's
not.
proprietary, I'm sure, but the gold label,
Mm-hmm.
way more aggressive on the smoke than that is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thought that's an interest. Kind of just thinking through that. So there's got to be another Islay someplace
Mm-hmm.
to bring that gold label to that level of smoke, because that was an aggressive amount of smoke in the 18 or the gold label. You really? No,
No, none.
nothing.
Nope.
No honey. No malt.
No, nothing.
Huh?
But again, I still enjoy it though. But I don't get any sweet.
Yeah, and so that's the kicker. And I guess one of the main primary reasons that we started this, we wanted to try flavor profiles outside of we had been doing bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole point of exploring whiskey.
And now I find myself going to liquor stores and buying scotches and
Yeah.
Irish whiskeys.
Yeah.
And maybe a bottle of bourbon.
Right.
Just because I have so many bourbons, now it's like,
Yeah.
I need to expand that,
Yes.
that profile.
I have.
And it's a head scratcher when some friends come over. Like, ooh, why do you have so many of those?
Yep.
I mean, you gotta expand your palate.
I have bought, every 5 bottles I buy, one's a bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
Something along those lines. I am trying to do way more of I want to do a more Japanese, I want to do an Irish, I want to do a Scotch. I mean, that's really the main reason why we wanted to start doing this. This is down that path. It is not something I would have traditionally gone for, but to your point, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I am getting a little bit of a honey malt note. It's like 3 layers down, but it's there, in my opinion.
When we did the Lefroy, and then we had another pour off camera.
No, we did the Lefroy, and we totally had screwed up the filming of the Lefroy, and then we redid the Lefroy. The second taking of the Lefroy actually tasted
but it also
better.
we've had a couple of pours.
Yes.
And
It tasted
learned
better. Learn to appreciate.
Learn to appreciate.
I like that. That's a good way to say it.
Because initially I was like, ooh, how does anyone enjoy this? And then you have another pour, and it kind of grows on you. Have another pour, it continues to grow. I mean, yeah, I can see why they enjoy it.
Yeah.
Still.
It's a very different taste. It's not.
But I would love to hear someone over there in Scotland
tasting bourbons or Tennessee whiskeys or something along those lines that are
I think the proof
overly smooth I think
the
much
proof,
higher
I
proof.
think the proof alone
big difference.
Would throw them a curveball.
Probably
80 versus a barrel proof at 134.
Yeah, I think that might crush them.
They're going to enjoy it, but it's going to maybe not the next morning, but
yeah, that's a good possibility.
But no. Yeah, it's just different. I think it's what you're used to, kind of what your surroundings are. I mean, these barrels pick up the flavors because of
Yeah.
what's around them. So
Right.
But I think overall, I mean,
It's good.
it's good.
It's not as aggressive as we've had in other Islas, but the primary note is totally the smoke, briny, a little bit of that medicinal, like iodine-y, Band-Aid-y type notes, which that's always a lovely description when you say a whiskey tastes like Band-Aids. You kind of get someone looking at you a little funny when you say that.
Yeah, well, we've tasted a bourbon that tastes like spray paint.
Worse.
Fumes,
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
Yeah, I'd rather taste Band-Aids, but
Oddly, that's true. Oddly, that's exactly true.
So, I mean,
It's good.
it's a good bottle.
To me, that's that little bit of a smoky note in the Black Label that I liked. I enjoyed the Black Label because it was sweet, but it had a little bit of a smoke note that kind of was straight through the palate and the finish. Whatever's in the gold, it's not that. It's way more aggressive in the gold. The blue was, I remember it being really sweet.
Yeah,
There was a little
blue's
smoke there,
Blue
but
is phenomenal.
oh, that's so sweet. It's a totally different blend. So, and the 18 had a touch of a smoke, so I could see that going in there too.
For me, I enjoy the red.
Obviously not the 12 year.
No, I can enjoy the black and double black if I could just
Skip to the blue?
Skip,
Skip to the blue.
skip. I'm good. I enjoy just this flagship
Yeah. The Black Label and the Blue Label were,
and the gold. I mean,
My-
I enjoyed those. Just for some reason, the black and double black just maybe I need to go back and try the double black.
I liked the black. I didn't have the double black, but I liked the black. I did not enjoy
It's
the
been a
gold.
few years. Probably need to revisit that one.
There you go.
No, I'm more acquired. I enjoyed.
Yes, changed your palate just
Yep.
a touch, right?
Changed a little bit.
But for what, 86-ish proof? Yep, 86 proof, 12-year, Islay, and it's right on the water is where the distillery is. So you know you should be getting a lot of brine. I think it's balanced well. That's it. It is definitely an Islay. It is definitely smoky. It is definitely briny, but it's a balanced Islay. That's the way I'm going to say it.
You get all of it.
It's
I
not
don't think
an
one
aggressive-
overpowers the other.
Right. It's not overly aggressive. I like it.
I enjoy it.
I like it.
I think it's more important.
Really looking forward to.
How about our audience? Do they enjoy it?
I-
They had it.
I don't know. Have
Love-
you?
Have you? We'd love to hear some comments about it.
Absolutely.
We got what? One more?
One more.
One more? One more
Yep.
for another episode.
Yes.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, we encourage you to hit the like button at the bottom of the screen.
While you're down there, if you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be great. If you want to hit the bell icon to get notified, and then leave us a comment. Like, what are your thoughts on the Islay Scotches? Something you like? Something you are scared of, almost? I mean, or something you're trying to develop a taste for? Or do you love them? I mean, there are people, I know there are people that,
Or give us one of your favorite bottles.
yes.
Let us know.
Yeah, we're getting outside. I think that's my last Islay. Yeah,
There's more.
pretty sure it's my last Islay. So we'd love a recommendation for an Islay that you think we might like.
All right. Until then, we'll see every one of you on the next episode.
Thanks for watching.
Cheers.
No honey?
I got nothing on the nothing.